All right, listen up. Have you ever felt that tiny little knot of anxiety when someone mentions in-laws and boundaries in the same sentence?
Oh my gosh, Arjun, it's like a universal truth, especially when we're raised to think adjustment and flexibility are the only ingredients for a happy home.
Exactly. It feels so cold, right? Like you're building walls. But what if I told you boundaries aren't about walls at all?
Ooh, I'm intrigued because that idea of just blending seamlessly, it sounds lovely, but it often leaves us feeling shapeless, doesn't it?
Totally. Boundaries are the architecture, Priya. They're the quiet, respectful lines you draw before conflict, not after. They give your marriage space to breathe.
Love that space to breathe. So, where do we even begin with this architectural masterpiece?
You start with your partner. Long before you meet his parents, he's giving you a blueprint of how his family operates. It's not just what he says, but how.
This is so true. We often look for the big red flags, but it's the subtle stuff, isn't it? Like the absence of healthy separation.
Bingo. Think about the we. We feel it's best to live jointly. We think it's important to invest in property near my parents. Notice anything?
Oh, the merged we. Like his I is completely subsumed by the family's we. He's not saying, I think X and my family agrees. It's a committee decision already made.
Exactly. For Anjali, our example, that was critical info. It meant she wouldn't be building a unit of two, but applying for membership in an existing one.
Whoa, that's a powerful distinction. So are they reporting a family decision, or are they consulting you to form a joint opinion first?
And then there's the human shield move. Anjali wouldn't be comfortable with that plan, making you the bad guy so he doesn't have to say no himself.
The worst. It's like, you deal with the discomfort, dear. No, a true partner owns their no and presents a united front.
Absolutely. And don't forget emotional outsourcing. When he's had a bad day or you've had an argument, who does he call first? If it's always his mom?
Then that primary attachment role is already filled. It starves the new marriage of that crucial shared intimacy. That's big.
Huge. Okay, let's talk first meetings. These aren't just social niceties, right? They're live fire exercises in social dynamics. The probes begin.
Oh, the probes. They're so often wrapped in care, right? Like when the sister-in-law Priya mentions pooling savings for investments. My parents always say.
Yeah, it's presented as universal wisdom, making it hard to disagree without seeming selfish. It's testing the waters for financial integration.
So how do you respond without causing friction? You can't just say, no, we're keeping our money separate.
Warm tone, firm substance. Thank you for sharing what's worked for your family. Rohan and I are actually so excited about building our financial future together.
Yes, you create a new we, Rohan and I, and frame it as your private, exciting project. It's brilliant. You're asserting your own path without rejecting theirs.
Exactly. Now for the biggest shift, your partner's role isn't to defend you, it's to define us.
Oh, that's such a game changer because expecting him to choose a side puts him in an impossible loyalty battle.
Right? Instead of, your parents are controlling our life, try, I love spending time with your parents, but we haven't had a weekend to ourselves in a month. How can we make sure that happens?
That's powerful. It's positive, uses I statements, and frames problem solving as a collaborative we. His response to that is the real test.
It truly is. If he gets defensive or says, why don't you tell them? That's a red flag. But if he says, you're right, let me talk to mom.
Then you know you have a co-architect. He becomes the interface, managing his family's expectations, and you've articulated your needs clearly to him. So good.
The ultimate self-check during a tense family moment. Who is expected to absorb the discomfort here? If all eyes are on you, you're the designated adjuster.
Oof, that hits home for so many people, I bet. Boundaries aren't built in one dramatic conversation, are they? It's brick by brick.
Totally. So for this week, we want you to review your conversations. Spot that collective we from your partner.
And then imagine what it would sound like if he'd used I. Like, my parents think X, but I feel Y. Or, I've been thinking about Z.
You don't need to say anything to him. This is for you. Notice that gap. The gap between his I and his family's we is where your marriage will either thrive or struggle for air.
That's the most important boundary of all, isn't it? Defining him as an individual, ready to build a new we with you. So much to think about, Arjun.